Sometimes Nanny would throw food at me when I wouldn't eat it because I was starting to get scurvy because I demanded to eat crisps all the time. Of course, she was fired. She's so rich. Hello and welcome to Lady J Plays, where I, Lady Julia of Hardy, the foremost tastemaker in the whole of Christendom, cast my eye over video games to see what wonderful sort of trend insights I can offer to you due to the fact that I have incredibly good taste because I'm fabulously wealthy and it's fully bred within me. This week we're going to look at a game that looks rather ludicrous, if you don't ask. Don't mind me saying so. It's called Fall Guys, and it looks like something that a demented child might have built out of rubber. I thought it might be quite a good one, as often I feel that as paupers and proletariat that you might be excited and distracted by so many colours as you're not used to seeing colour, because when you're poor most things are brown. I mean, I know that's the sort of thing that you probably all like, being distracted from your awful lives. I'm sure there is further and more within it, so we shall discover to find out. So, I believe we are some kind of creature. I'm using a friend's account to play this. I believe that they have subsequently found a pineapple to live within. He seems to... they, I'm not really sure. Whatever they are, they seem to be enjoying it. And if we listen carefully to the music, it's rather jovial. I mean, it's almost exactly the kind of music you would expect for a game full to the brim of buffoonery and tomfoolery. Yes, it's the sort of thing an imbecile would enjoy. I'm just going to play. I think that's probably the best idea. Oh, is this it? Here we are. Oh, we're delightful. We're falling through the air. Is it Christmas? Why is there Christmas bells ringing? I mean, we actually have a church that's attached because our stately home is so big and over such a wide expanse of land that there has to be a church. Legally, there has to be a church. So often I hear these bells simply out of my window. But that's mainly because the priest is drunk. He hasn't really got any congregation apart from us, and we don't really go to church unless there's wedding presents involved. Ah, I see in the corner here, it says it's looking for players. Am I correct in assuming that this is one of these multiplayer games where it, the information goes out into the world and it connects with other people and then we all play together? That's quite delightful, really. Does that mean you have to play with everybody? Because can we stipulate how wealthy someone is, for example? So we could just have a congregation of characters who are very rich and more refined and might actually be a little bit more polite when they play the game. I know this music. It's from that television show. Oh, what about that moany man? Is he in New York with lots of weird friends? Seinfeld. That's the one. Oh, okay. Which one am I? Oh, okay. Right. Oh, good lord. There's an awful lot of people here. Am I supposed to be running over this? Okay. So take carefully now. Oh, no, carefully now. Oh. This is moderately demented. I mean, I can navigate a hedge maze, but this is something quite different. Oh, goodness me. Run, pineapple man, run. Oh, wait, it's going the other way. Where's the door? Right, okay, and then there's these, right. Everything here looks as though it's trying to kill us. Is it? Is this the game? Oh, what are these things? It's a giant angry abacus. Goodness me, have you not moved on to calculators yet? Oh, I didn't do terribly well. I'm not really sure what happened. They have many costumes. It reminds me of an incredible costume party. I mean, we've had many incredible costume parties at our stately home. But we have had some rather outrageous ones. It did remind me of one where, yes, several people died. But it was such a great party. And I don't want anyone, we try not to dwell on that because we also had such a lovely time. I mean, we didn't even realise that they died. I am no longer in the race, I believe. I believe I've gone. Does that mean that I'm just watching other people? Because I know that I say that I hate manual labour, but I definitely don't want to watch other people having fun. It's some sort of castle in the sky. It looks like where I live. That one time I did mushrooms. Am I going? No, I'm watching someone else. I don't watch somebody else. That's terribly... I could pretend that I'm... And that person's terrible as me. They're falling off the edge. But, oh, no. Yes, they are terrible. Well, watching me when I did it. It's terribly voyeuristic. Is this the... I don't know if they have any terms and conditions for people to agree to voyeur you whilst you are playing a game. It seems like a terrible abuse of trust along the lines of Facebook. I mean, we don't really use Facebook. We did originally when all the royals were on it, and that's what attracted to us, because it was not, what was that thing, MySpace for the proletariat, and then Facebook was if you were rich. And then basically all the proletariat found out about it and kind of made it a bit uncouth. And I think that's sort of why it sort of went a bit downhill and a bit illegally, you know. I could definitely do better than this. I mean, this is terribly embarrassing to them. Do they know that we're recording them? Stefaringo is... This is not your game, my dear. Off you go. No, jump. No, don't. You the edge again. What are you doing? Good. Are you trying to die? I think we are one of the worst people in the whole world. Ah, here we go. Come on then. Off you go, Steph. Well done. Congratulations. You're a tenth of the way through. I feel like I will learn better by doing. So let's leave Steph to whatever she was doing there, which is losing, most probably. So do I just go back in? Is it the same thing over again? I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time in a menu screen on this particular game. Ah, this time... Ah, it's medieval! Night Fever. My father has similar contraptions all around the stately home. He did go through a phase of building such devices because I kept stealing money from him. I mean, the way I figured it was, if it belongs to my father, then basically it belongs to me, and why shouldn't I just have it? But he didn't agree with me, no. So he did start to build some rather spiky traps, but I'm quite wily when it comes to theft. Goodness me. It's like the summer of 1985 all over again. Oh, God, no, these ones do not know how to time. Oh, good, they pushed me. It's not my fault there. Really, you need a bit more peripheral vision, I feel. It's not being able to see to the side that's problematic here. Oh, goodness me! Twisty thing. Look at this thing. Oh, goodness me, I'm being chased by cones! Cones! Oh, God. What a nightmare. It wouldn't be the first time I've been chased by cones. Oh, God, I fell off the edge. Okay. It's other people, like most things in life, it's other people that are mainly the problem in this game. Oh, no, see? That fairy one distracted me. Run, little pineapple man, while you can. Oh, I don't really understand the pacing here. I presume it's supposed to be... Oh, goodness me. Right, I don't like that one. I'm going to go in this middle one. Run, run. It's that penguin man's going to get in my way. Get out of my way. There's a giant can of drink. Oh, goodness me. Oh, no. Oh, Christ. Can we slow these down? Is this something that can happen? No! I was so close! I did better on that one. Let's try that again. It's very hard to see what direction they're coming from, but I presume perhaps that's the point. Only the dexterous and nimble can survive. Oh, don't fall off the edge. Right. Goodness, just when you get through one thing, there's a whole nother giant frigging psychedelic abacus that's going to try and murder you! Oh! Oh, God. This would not be the first time I've been attacked by an abacus. Oh, shit! Can one stay up here? No. I don't think there's particularly safe passage through here. I believe that basically you're screwed either way. Ah! How do I... Oh, no! I was doing very well. Bollocks. How does one avoid it? Is the question. I feel that perhaps it's not actually possible. Like if I go now, can I go quicker? Can I time? Oh no, see, look, no, don't fall off the edge. No, no. Oh, good God. Run now, run while you can. There's no run button on these things. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me, there's people dressed up like wolves and monkeys. And sausages and drinks. Does this mean that I am part of the 10%? I don't think I like the idea of that. I'm used to being in the 1%. I don't want to watch anyone else either. I want to go back and play again. Can I please leave? I don't want to watch anyone else. Can I leave? Stop making me watch other people do things. I don't want to do that. I'm the centre of my own universe, and that's where I shall stay. They look quite inert at the bottom there. There's no kind of physical signifiers, as it were. But sometimes that can happen. If you are playing around with some medieval devices as a young child, sometimes you have to get them removed because they get stuck in things. One of the problems with having a stately home with a giant basement of medieval torture devices, at some point someone loses an appendage. It happens quite a lot, actually. In fact, a lot of our family members have specially made gloves because they've lost so many fingers. I mean, I did judge the music to begin with and said it was for idiots, but perhaps it's just some kind of brainwashing. It's growing on me. Gate crash. Avoid the moving doors to finish the race first. Actually, technically, I don't think I've gate crashed anywhere, mainly because I'm always invited. When you're disgustingly wealthy, people just invite you to things. Because when you have lots more money than everyone else, I presume it's because they like the feeling of it, to be nearby, or perhaps they want to steal it. Either way, you should always be on your guard because everyone else is considerably less rich than you. I mean, I have jumped over many a hedge in my time. And not a moving hedge, I might add. Seems like something they would have at Hogwarts. I'm going to get squished by that abacus. That angry abacus. Are you going to come down? Oh, you bastard. It seemed like it did it while I was... I don't want to say the game is rigged, but it feels like the game is rigged. Is it rigged? No, I'm just maybe not capable of jumping. Right. Okay, so we've done that. I feel wherever I go is the wrong place right now. Yes, it is. I see we have to time that, maybe in some fashion. Oh. I'm usually quite good at shooting. So and most sports, but mainly because I end up getting Olympic athletes to train me because I'm so fabulously wealthy. So it feels rather disheartening, again, to be part of a 10%. But then perhaps I need an Olympic athlete to train me in this. It's fine. It's only my first few minutes playing, you know. No, I don't want to watch anybody else, no. Or maybe should we spy on somebody else playing? Let's watch someone and laugh at how terrible they are. I mean, that's why people watch sports. I mean, I don't really know. Why do people watch sports? Mimi is 77. Okay. Is this the squirrel one? No. Which one are we following? Is it the one with the hat? Okay, so you run and you go through the doors. Again, really, you should have an invitation or have RSVP'd. So it's fully understandable if they tell you to get lost and brick it up. I do like the strategy of letting everyone else go through first so that they bang their heads. Yes, you can run through, let them all damage, and you can, rather unhindered, make your own progress. Little man has done very well. There's some very, very exciting costumes. I'm getting some great ideas for my next costume party. There's a monkey one. I've seen the monkey one already. There's one that's dressed like a knight, but a knight is a bit passé, especially when you have a stately home that's full of armour. Anyone who turns up dressed like a knight is just, well, thrown out. The whole point of having some kind of fashiony, like dress-up party is to give your eyes a visual treat of sights and sounds that they would never see in a normal environment. And if someone is going to come to a stately home dressed as a fucking knight, you cannot come in. I've seen knights since I was born. It's terribly dreary. Fruit shoot. Look at this. Let's judge again. This is quite exciting. Do they? I don't think they know that we're watching them. Is it the same gentleman again? No. Atrum 1 is a penguin. I'm very confused which one I'm watching. Which one? Is it the one with the... It's an old man! It's an old man! Oh, there is an awful lot of fruit being thrown at us here. Sometimes Nanny would throw fruit at me when I wouldn't eat it because I was starting to get scurvy because I demand to eat crisps all the time. Of course, she was fired. I mean... When you're fabulously wealthy, all you do is you get very, very sick and then you pay expensive doctors to fix you. So you can basically do whatever you like. Inexhaustible, top-of-the-line healthcare means you can pretty much get gout. I mean, that is the rich person's disease, after all. Henry VIII made it famous. A few degrees of separation there, actually, from us and Henry VIII. Not to name drop, but I am. There we go. They did terribly well, actually. Look at this. Did our little one survive? Yes, our little old man survived. Look at him. This is quite I'm enjoying voyeuristically following them. Normally I get into trouble, but that was mainly because I kept drilling holes in the walls for peeping. And Mummy was cross because it ruined the wallpaper. To be honest, most of the rooms have peepholes anyway. What we tend to do is get paintings of people we hate. And those are the ones we cut the eyes out of. You know, like you buy a painting because you have like a friend who's a painter and you can't really get out of it, but you really kind of hate it. So you put it on the wall and then cut eyes out. That's how we work out which ones we use for peeping. What's happening now? Okay, so I missed the beginning bit. We've got a ball. I believe this is our old man, but in red. So they're moving the ball down this tunnel. There's another aggressive abacus in the way. They have to push or they get squished. Okay. And then around this thing, I see they have to beat the other team with this giant ball. For some reason, this is reminding me of my groundskeeper, and I'm not really sure why. Why are they going over there? Is that better over here? I'm not really sure of the strategy here. It's an awful lot like watching football. It seems about as organised as a game of football as well. What's the... Oh. I'm not really sure what happened, so it is very much like a game of football. I mean, it's basically a game of fetch, but you can't use your hands. Polo, on the other hand, sport of kings, yes. You get a stick to hit things with. And you can also accidentally hit people, and no one really minds. You often find that actually the most posh and regal of all sports tend to have things you can hit people with. So you have hockey, you have lacrosse, you have polo, all that come with giant sticks so that you can play a game with them, but also if there are people at your particular boarding school you dislike, you can hit them in the face and break their teeth by accident. This is lovely. It's like running across our lake. Sometimes we'd have little friends stay over, and it wasn't a particularly thick frost, but we would challenge people, lest they be put in the Iron Maiden, to run across the lake. A lot of the time, the ice would break and they would fall in. Timmy, on the other hand, we never found. He fell into the lake, but no one really liked him. He was the stable hand son. I mean, it wasn't our fault that he fell into the lake, but we did have a lot of very aggressive putting on of tack by the stable hand for subsequent years. I didn't think you could aggressively put on a saddle, but apparently you can. Sometimes when you tell Heath had a particular day and was very cross with us about Timmy, he would put my stirrups at different heights so that my legs were all wonky. I mean, goodness me. He's done rather well there. Delightful. See, if little Timmy had taken some tips, he wouldn't have been in the predicament he got into. Wait, I feel like this one's maybe got himself into a corner. No! The reverse is back, away from the cracking ice. I mean, it's just common sense. I presume it's the last one standing. Those were the rules we played with on the lake. I'm kind of bored of watching people now. Let's play one more round, shall we? I feel like I'm prepared now. I've voyeuristically watched a lot of the other players, and there's clearly no skill whatsoever within it. So I feel like I should be fine now. I've assimilated all this knowledge. Goodness me, it takes forever. Do hurry up, Pineapple Man. I have things to do. Rich people's time is worth a lot more than poor people's time. It's very confusing. There's far too many gaudy colours. My eyes are used to a more refined palette of colour. It's not quite so clashing. Really, being a rich person, I don't really agree with I've flummoxed myself there. Oh, goodness. We don't really agree with contrasting colours unless it's absolutely necessary. Like perhaps for a warning for your groundskeeper. Oh, none of these work. Which one am I? There's many pineapple people here. This is not conducive to being quick. Oh, mind that abacus. Oh no, I need to time this right, but I'm not really sure what the right timing is. Oh, no, it's not that. That's not the right timing. Is it when it's up? Like that? And then I run. No, it's too late. It's completely the other way around. Oh. Well. I feel like I'm not going to improve dramatically at this. And in which case then, like most video games, I don't want to play anymore. It feels far too democratic in the sense that everyone is equal. And it's really a philosophy that I believe in. All these people starting in the same place, and there's a lot of luck involved. And I don't really agree with luck as a concept. I agree with richness, creating luck. It's also the manners in this game are particularly uncouth. There's a lot of elbowing and argy-bargying, which again I don't agree with. It costs nothing to have manners. Well, I mean, you can go to deportment school and pay for manners, learning to have manners and things. It's just not polite. It's a not very polite game. Anyway, that's enough of this. Next week I'm going to play something slightly less democratic. Very unfair. If you are fabulously wealthy and you can't at least start 2 or 3 rows ahead or some of the little games ahead, what's the point of being rich? It's literally the only reason to have a bunch of cash is to be well ahead of everybody else.
She's so